Margaret Kuhlman here from soulastrology.com to talk about the Virgo new moon on the 8th of September. At the end of this little video, the last 1.5 minutes is a contemplation backed by images. The new moon chart itself shows the sun and moon in the middle of Virgo not connecting with anything else. It suggests that the middle of Virgo is a background importance this month, and the middle 10 degrees of Virgo has been likened to the constellation of Hercules. So it seems to me it's focusing on that aspect of Virgo which is being prepared and ready to do whatever work is necessary, whatever task life gives us next, to do the next thing that comes to hand. Not to put it off by thinking that other things might be more important, or that there is always time, just to get on with it. It's that steady doing the jobs that arise that has us growing and being where we need to be at the right time. Mercury is also in Virgo. It's been in Virgo for a while. At the moment it's retrograde and will continue retrograde until the 12th of September. This retrograding of Mercury seems to coincide with our focus on things past, clearing up whatever may have got left behind in our rushing forward. As it turns direct on the 12th, 13th of September, it continues through Virgo until the 3rd of October. So we have this time, this month, to finish off whatever it is that we've been dealing with. The close proximity of its connection to Pluto, that blue line from Mercury to Pluto, indicates that the changes we've been dealing with are quite fundamental. We may have had to let go of things we thought we understood, go at things in a completely different way. But always with that letting go, there is more room for growth, changes that develop us and bring us the future potential. Saturn has now completely finished squaring Pluto at 4 to 5 degrees in Libra, so much of the difficult transformational work has been completed. It's as though we've been struggling really hard with things, and now we get a respite. Venus and Mars have been really close together for a while, and they continue so, even as they go into Scorpio, and then Venus will turn and also be retrograde for a while in Scorpio. So, as Venus goes right round every year, and Mars takes 2 years to go right round, and is therefore slower, this retrograding of Venus means that she's in proximity to Mars for quite a long time, the masculine and feminine dancing together. And in this month's new moon chart, they both make a beautiful connection to Neptune and Chiron in Aquarius. This feels to me like such a beautiful time for the healing of relationships. You can't heal a wound if the wound is not exposed. And this is why Chiron indicates such painful areas in our psyche. But with Neptune so close, it's like having angels hovering over the problems, all ready the moment anyone asks for some kind of help from a more spiritual source, even from our own inner wisdom. It's as though with that combination, those two planets together, the healing is of our spiritual connection. Isn't it so that we only ask for connection on a spiritual level, generally speaking, when we're feeling down or in pain? It's the sort of thing people forget to do when all is going well. This time, with this lovely, the blue line, the trine connection between Venus and Mars and this spiritual healing, it's as though we are being encouraged or given a great opportunity to make that connection when we're feeling good as well. The more we make the connection when we're feeling good, the closer it is when things become bumpy. Jupiter and Uranus, also retrograde, have moved away from being at perfect right angles to Pluto. The red line's still there, there's still a connection, but it's not the ferocious one it has been. So again, just as with Saturn, there is a release from the intensity of the difficulties. And added to this, the north node of the moon in Capricorn at the top of this chart is retrograding closer and closer to Pluto, which suggests to me that the sense of the transformations, the changes in our material world that we need to make, it's becoming more and more acceptable to perhaps those in charge, or maybe it is just the numbers of people who care about these things. The North Node always seems to me to suggest what is highest, our highest direction at any particular point. It takes 19 years to retrograde right round the chart. Backwards is its normal direction. So this is why it feels to me that the transformation that Pluto is indicating is becoming more acceptable to us. It's as though the light of spirit, the perfection of transformation as a principle, is becoming clearer and clearer. With Mercury making a trine aspect also to the North Node, it's as though we can talk about these things. The communication is more likely to be along these positive lines. The things that I've written in my letter on my website are additional to these comments. The contemplation that follows is specific for this time. The little you cannot trust. The baby could not handle life alone. Be gentle with your anxious, surviving self. Listen to your fears and reassure. It's not the world that makes you feel small. It is your own inner voices. Listen inside now. Hear the clamour, the sternness, the fearful attitude beneath. And gradually, behind that noise, notice a deep humming, like the sound of 100 chanting monks. Steady, gentle, warm, and continuous. Let your breathing slow and settle deeper in your body. Let the fears and anxiety roll off you. You are safe in the arms of love. Why would spirit make you suffer when it loves you so? Let the hum of love be the background to your everyday thoughts. Enter love when you go to sleep, and sleep well.